The New England Patriots are not surprised by this. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots on the daily, pushing out that content to people just like you who can't get enough Patriots football. So do me a favor before we get started, hit that subscribe button, click that like button, and comment below at some point. I truly appreciate it. So today what we're going to be talking about, as always, Vegas odds, predictions of the games, keys to the games, as well. We're going to jump into the injury report, and then we're going to look back at some Indianapolis Colts games. And again, what I said, keys, what the Patriots need to do to walk out of Foxborough tomorrow with a W. So we're going to jump right into it. First and foremost, Vegas odds. You know I love talking about this. So spread, one of the more reasonable spreads for the Patriots this season. We know we've seen a lot of minus 6.5, minus 7.5. We've seen even minus 10.5 plus. It has been wild for the Patriots, and a lot of times I have been absolutely horrid calling the spread. I've said, well, this is way too high, this is way too high. And most of the time the Patriots say, hold on, hold my beer. Let me show you how it's done. And then they absolutely get trounced, and the team that they're playing covers the spread. So, again, 2.5, that's just under a field goal, we know. So, again, interesting. Basically, you might as well just go to money line at that point, in my opinion. And so, money line, you have minus 140, plus 120. So, very close to essentially being even. Total points, I would say this is probably about accurate with 42.5 over under. And so when it comes down to it, just barely saying that, the Colts are probably going to pull out with a victory, Vegas has to say. Again, if you're a gambling man, interesting. Plus 120 for the Patriots. Not always bad. You never know. The Colts have their backs against the wall. If they want to make the playoffs, they need to make a push. They have Anthony Richardson back, so that is better for them as opposed to Joe Flacco. But remember last year, Joe Flacco for the Browns surprised a lot of us. But again, Lord knows he's doing better than Deshaun Watson did for the Browns. But anyways, shots fired. Deshaun Watson taking strays over here on Sports Talk Patriots. But anyways, Colts, Vegas has them. Interesting, closer than I would have expected. Again, I don't think the Colts are bad, but we know, jumping into the injury report, there's some things on the Colts side we'll get to in a second, but something not surprising to the Patriots. Cole Strange, again, not playing. Honestly, at this point, what's the point of even putting him in this season? I don't see any point. I think Patriot, again, not surprised. I'm typically am an optimistic person, but seeing Cole Strange continually being out, especially when you saw Barmore get back in so quick, and he's even removed from the list this week, so we should probably see him play a little more this week. It's just more frustrating. You see a lot of players that are questionable. Again, questionable is more of one of those things where, sure, some of them might not play. We'll see tomorrow morning. But again, I don't think it's that huge a deal. You see Jabril Peppers is on that list as well. He might jump into the game as well. So we jump into the Indianapolis Colts. We've talked about some of these the other day. Josh Downs, he is one of their leading receivers. So that is going to be what did not participate in practice. If he doesn't play or Bortolini doesn't play, that would be huge for the Patriots. Just because these guys, Bortolini, starting center, that always obstructs things on the offensive line, especially that interior. As well, Alec Pierce, he was questionable. So it'll be interesting to see from the Colts' perspective. Now, we're going to jump into a Colts game real quick before we get to the keys of the game and the predictions. But you look at this game, this is kind of a comparison. So the New England Patriots beat the Colts. They split the series with the Colts. And the biggest thing I noticed with the Indianapolis Colts is in the red zone, you cannot let Anthony Richardson run. Now, last week when they played the Lions do pretty well when it comes to their red zone defense. When their back is against the wall, they can hold teams. They held the Indianapolis Colts to no touchdowns and only 6 points. But Anthony Richardson is athletic. He is versatile, so you cannot let him run in the red zone. So one of the biggest keys, and my first key is, do not let Anthony Richardson get out of the pocket in the red zone. In the red zone, if he does, you look at this against the Jets, he scored 2 touchdowns, and besides that, he went 10 of 32 for rushing, so it's not like he ran all over him, but he needs to be contained. And what's tough for a New York Jets team that a lot of people thought that their defense was going to be solid like it was the year before, in shambles. So that whole team in general in shambles. So that's the first one is Drake, or they need to contain Anthony Richardson. Listen, don't contain Drake May. Let him run all over the place as long as he slides. Son, you got to slide. You're not going to the playoffs. Save yourself for next year. So anyways, contain him. Jonathan Taylor, he ran decently over over a handful of teams, but still they have lost games with him being the leading rusher. I'm a big person that says if you win the rushing battle, a lot of times that can predict whether you win the game or not. Jonathan Taylor, not necessarily, and he's had his up and down this season, ups and downs. But again, Anthony Richardson, containing him in the red zone. Second, the biggest thing is going to be Drake May. He needs to be going on all cylinders. If he's not moving on all cylinders and playing well, especially capitalizing in the red zone, I think it's going to be a tough day for the Patriots. Again, he has shown that he can do that, and the receivers need to be catching the ball. Plain and simple. If they're not catching the ball and they're looking like a bunch of goons out there dropping the ball, it is going to be embarrassing real quick. Last but not least, they need to limit dumb errors, dumb mistakes. If they can't do that, then it is going to be a slippery slope, and the Patriots are going to go downhill quickly. This is a Colts team. They do have weapons. If Alex Pierce plays, if Jonathan Taylor gets going, if Anthony Richardson can't be contained in the red zone, it can be a very slippery slope for the New England Patriots. So again, on the offensive line, they need to keep that offense out there to keep that defense crisp. So if they can continue to move the ball, and a lot of times this year on that first series for the Patriots, they've looked like a team where you're like, shoot, they got this crap together. And then it goes downhill quick. So again, limit the errors, stupid mistakes, false starts, holdings, whatever it might be. They need to be able to figure that out. So again, comment below. As I said, keys to the game, and you might have something different. Contain Anthony Richardson in the red zone. Drake May firing on all cylinders because offensively, again, he is the heartbeat to that offense. He gets things moving. He makes things exciting. He can improvise, especially with a rough offensive line. And then last but not least, limit the mistakes on both sides of the ball. Limit the mistakes, whether that's turnovers, whether that's false starts, whether that's offsides, whether that's holding, whatever that might be, they need to contain that. So comment below, tell me what you think. Final score, my final score prediction is going to be this. You know, I'm always glass half full. I'm going to say Patriots 24, and I'm going to say the Colts 21. I think it's going to be close. I think that the Patriots, you take that money line, spread, whatever it might be, I think they're going to win this game. So comment below. Tell me what you guys think. This is Sports Talk Patriots. I will see you after the game. We'll do a video tomorrow after the game. We'll do a little recap. We'll talk some other things. I appreciate you guys. This is Sports Talk Patriots. We'll talk later. Peace.